Have you, a woman over 60, ever felt like society tries to put you inside an invisible box? Have you noticed how, as you get older, many people think your dreams should be left behind? How many times have you looked in the mirror and wondered, now what? Who am I? If these questions hurt, you're not alone. In Brazil, 17 million women are over 60. Many feel silenced, ignored, or treated as just grandmothers, when in reality, they still carry within themselves the power to reinvent, love, and start over. Depression, anxiety, and feelings of uselessness are common at this stage of life, but they don't have to be your destiny. Today, I want to talk directly to you. Maybe you faced losses, watched your children grow up and move on, or felt life slow down. But still, there's a little spark inside you, even if it's quiet. In this video, you'll hear real stories of women who challenged loneliness, broke down their internal walls, and found new meaning in life after 60. Before we go on, I want to ask, like, share, and subscribe. If any story touches your heart, write in the comments. I can do it too. Let's show together that there's no age limit for reinvention. If you're watching this video, you've probably felt that silent fear, the fear of being too old to try something new, the fear of making mistakes, being judged, or even disappointing your loved ones. For many women over 60, this fear doesn't come from personal failure. It is planted by a society that insists on putting limits where there should be freedom. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, is there still time for me? The truth is, the biggest challenge isn't outside, it's in our own minds. Self-judgment is harsh. Am I really capable? Is it too late for me? What will people think of me? These thoughts can paralyze us, especially when we've lived a life full of sacrifice and devotion to our families, leaving our personal dreams locked away in a drawer. But you know what? The human brain has an amazing ability to adapt and renew. Even after 60, neuroscience studies show that neuroplasticity has no expiration date. It is possible to learn, grow, and create new paths at any age. And maturity brings something few people value: the courage to be authentic and the freedom to make mistakes without the weight of guilt. If you feel afraid or unsure, know this: it's not a sign of weakness, but a sign of a life lived deeply. The secret is not to let fear stop you. It's normal to be afraid, but it's even more beautiful to choose to face it, even if it's slowly, gently, and at your own pace. In the next minute, you'll meet women who did just that. They felt fear, doubt, shame, but dared to go further. Get ready to be inspired by real stories of reinvention. Let's discover now the true stories of women who decided to reinvent themselves after 60. These women aren't old, no. You're not old, you are experienced. And experience transforms pain into wisdom and difficulty into strength. Donna Teresa, 67 years old, 3 children, 4 grandchildren. Donna Teresa worked as a teacher for 35 years and, after retiring, felt a huge emptiness. She lost her husband to cancer and spent months in deep sadness. Her own family even told her it was time to rest and take care of the grandkids. But Teresa had always loved music, a dream that had been sleeping inside her for decades. At 65, she decided to join a choir for seniors. At first, fear was strong. Will they laugh at me? Am I still good enough? And remember, you're not old, you're experienced. 2 years later, Donna Teresa sings, performs around the city, and inspires other women in her community. What I gained most was the joy of feeling alive again. I discovered it's never too late to learn, to smile, and to feel proud of myself, she says, always smiling. Maria Luisa, 72 years old, 2 daughters, 5 grandchildren. Maria Luisa spent most of her life as a homemaker. After turning 60, she faced a silent depression, made even harder when her daughters moved out. At 68, she heard about a social project that taught entrepreneurship to older women. Even though she was afraid, she signed up and decided to start making homemade sweets to sell. It was slow at first, but today she takes orders for parties, has gained financial independence, and most importantly, has rebuilt her self-esteem. I discovered I don't need to depend on anyone. I'm able to create, to sell, to help my family, and above all, to reinvent myself at 72, she says proudly. Cecilia to 63 years old, 1 son, 2 grandchildren. Cecilia worked as a secretary until she was 61. She had always dreamed of studying psychology, but believed she was too old for that. Her son kept encouraging her, "Mom, it's never too late to learn." Cecilia enrolled in college at 62. During her first semester, she felt embarrassed to be the oldest student in the class. But soon, she stood out for her maturity and dedication. Today, she's an inspiration to her classmates, living proof that new beginnings have no age limit. I'm not old, I'm experienced. And now, I want to help other women see themselves this way too, Cecilia says. These women didn't just transform their own lives. They reproof that even in the face of loss, pain, and loneliness, experience is the starting point for a new story. Now let's talk about how the strength of bonds, friendships, and community can transform the process of reinvention. When we talk about reinventing yourself after 60, a lot of people think it takes individual courage, and of course it does. But here's a little known secret. Nobody reinvents themselves alone. The bonds you build, the friendships you nurture, and the support of a community are powerful fuel for this journey. Take Donna Teresa, for example. When she joined the choir, it wasn't just about learning to sing. She found a group of experienced women, each with their own stories, struggles, and dreams. Over time, those voices blended into laughter, hugs, and heartwarming conversations. Teresa says, "In rehearsals, I realized that everyone there carried their own challenges, widowhood, depression, fear of being alone and together. We supported one another. We became a family. I discovered that friendship heals." That collective power was also present in the entrepreneurship group that welcomed Maria Luisa. I had never sold anything in my life, and I was terrified to offer my sweets, she says. But there I found women just like me, full of worries and dreams. We helped each other. Every victory was celebrated together. When someone felt down, the others lifted her up. Cecilia, now a psychology student, makes a point of meeting weekly with a group of friends to study, talk, and share experiences. It's in sharing that we grow. When we share our fears, they become smaller. When we share our victories, they multiply, she says. That's why if you feel lonely or ashamed, look for a group that suits you. Choir, crafts, walking, online courses, book clubs, church, volunteering. The most important thing is not to isolate yourself. You're not old, you're experienced, and your story deserves to be shared. Believe it. Together, women can create support networks just as strong as any therapy. Now let me share some practical and accessible tips to cultivate resilience every day. If you've made it this far, you might be asking yourself, how do I start reinventing myself? What can I do to build up my resilience each day? The good news is that change doesn't have to be drastic. Small steps make all the difference, especially for those with experience. Here are a few simple but powerful tips for women over 60 who want to build emotional strength and embrace this new stage of life with more joy. Allow yourself to dream again. Grab a pen and paper and write down an old wish, something you've kept tucked away. It might be learning something new, traveling, dancing, taking a class, or even changing your look. The size of the dream doesn't matter. What matters is allowing yourself to want it. Practice self-care every day. Set aside at least 10 minutes each day just for you. Maybe a light walk, listening to music, taking a long bath, stretching, or meditating. Physical and emotional self-care is essential to renew your energy and spirits. Seek real connections. Look for in-person or online groups for mature women, activities at community centers, churches, clubs, or even friendship apps. Talking, laughing, and sharing experiences is a powerful remedy for loneliness and sadness. 4. Practice gratitude every day. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. This helps you shift your focus from what's missing to all you've already achieved: children, grandchildren, health, friendships, learning, overcoming challenges. Gratitude strengthens hope. 5. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If sadness or anxiety continues, seek professional support, a psychologist, therapist, or support group. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as caring for your body. Remember, it's not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. 6. Keep learning. An active mind is a healthy mind. Take courses, read books, watch lectures, learn a new language or art. Knowledge keeps your brain young and open to new things after all. You are experienced and have every right to keep learning. 7. Value your journey. Look back with pride. Every difficult phase, every battle, loss, and new beginning has made you a resilient woman. Your experience is your greatest treasure. Never forget, there's no age limit for starting over. You're not old, you're experienced, and you can inspire many other women with your story of overcoming. If you've listened this far, I want to give you a big virtual hug and say, you're admirable. Maybe life has shown you many losses, scars, and changes, but remember, every tree with deep roots stands strong in the storm. And you, experienced woman, have deep roots and a quiet strength within you. The greatest lesson from these stories is clear. It's never too late to bloom. Don't let anyone label you as old or incapable. Time only brings more experience, sensitivity, and courage. Be like Donna Teresa, who rediscovered joy through music, like Maria Lusa, who became an entrepreneur, or like Cecilia, who returned to the classroom and proved that learning has no age. Now, let me give you a few practical, simple tips you can start today. Prayer or meditation. Take 5 minutes to quiet your mind and talk to yourself, to God, or whatever you believe in. Mindful breathing. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Count to 4, hold for 2 seconds, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Do this 3 times to ease anxiety. Gentle physical exercise. A walk in the park, dancing at home, stretching, or yoga can renew your body and spirit. Relaxing tea. Try some chamomile or fennel tea at night to calm your mind. Talk about your feelings. Don't keep everything to yourself. Talk with a friend, a family member, or a therapist. Seek therapy. If you feel you need it, look for a mental health professional. Therapy is self-care. It's an investment in yourself. Remember, every experienced woman carries a story of strength. You can be an inspiration to others. Just take the first step. If this video touched your heart, like, share, and leave a comment. I allow myself to bloom. Share your story or questions your experience might help another woman today. You are not alone. Together, we are even stronger. And if you feel that loneliness is a challenge in your life or know someone who's going through it, be sure to watch our video, Coping with Loneliness After 60, Tips to Soothe Your Heart. That video is available in the card above and also in the description. It's full of heartfelt, practical tips to calm your heart and find new ways to connect. Click on the card or in the description to continue your journey of self-knowledge and self-care. See you tomorrow in the next video, sending you a loving hug. Your friend, Elena Gray.